It didn't go good anyway.
Think about my mom. Think about my mom. Think about my mom. Think about my mom. Wanna masturbate. 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 Leave it in the soap dish. Leave it in the soap dish. Leave it in the soap dish. Speaking of masturbate, I noticed Steve hasn't been here tonight. I mean, for a while, he was like the guy running this and everything. He thought like he could be a hot guy. Then it, like he started attracting women, and he's like, "Fuck the putting the name in the hat shit. I'm not even coming anymore." That broad's wearing him out. Well, think about it. If you were like behind like a bar like this for 30 years, going like this, then finally somebody undid it, and then you take it by storm too. Fuck everything. I'm blowing this load all over to Pennsylvania. He has officially become the guy that no longer gets laid less than I do. Yep, I've hit the bottom. Well, I don't know, Aaron, you and I should probably talk afterward. Compare notes. I was listening to your story, so anyway. So lesbians like to chow down on the pussy, yeah? Yeah. For what I hear, they like it natural. They don't like it like shaved and perfumed up. They like it with that natural, fishy scent. Which makes sense because that explains why there's no lesbian mermaids. I mean, they all hate themselves to death. It's best I can go. Alright, like, I'm a real sensitive guy. I think you can feel that about me. So when I'm fucking a pregnant girl, like, and I don't mean the first trimester, I'm talking like when I'm fucking a pregnant girl who's like ready to drop. When I'm fucking her, I'm considerate. Because like, that's between me and her. But you know how it is with kids. You got to give them something to do while you're doing your own thing. So I consider that. So normally if I'm banging her, I usually tape a lollipop to the end of my dick. That way everybody's satisfied. I think of everybody, okay? Doesn't it suck when you let out a wet fart and it leaves a semen stain in your underwear?
Oh my goodness.
A guy I know decided he wanted to pursue one of his dreams. He wanted to be a shepherd. But he failed miserably. He couldn't keep track of his flock. Every time he started counting the sheep, he started dozing off. Come on. I feel bad. Goddamn. It's Brian's dick, not Steve's. Whatever the fuck that means. Alright, I feel bad for blind college students. All their textbooks are in Braille. How the fuck are they supposed to highlight the important shit? What are you gonna do, file down the unimportant bumps? What the fuck? Then I can't even figure it out why. My sister-in-law is giving birth to her second daughter, so I take my niece down to the hospital to go see her. We try to go into the maternity ward, and in the door of the maternity ward said, "No kids allowed." I lost sleep for 7 days because of that. Doesn't that kind of make the whole maternity ward null and void, if that's your rule? So my neighbor decided to dedicate his life to a cause. He thought, it's time for me to provide food to hungry Africans. So he hopped on a plane to Uganda. He wasn't even there a day. He got gobbled up by a group of Nile crocodiles. Mission accomplished. Alright, never mind that. I want to talk about my two cousins. I've known them my whole life. I don't see them much these days. But the one has, he makes a living delivering packages to people's houses and buildings. The other one keeps suffering from recurring urinary infections. So we went to the family reunion, and I saw them. I go, hey, there's my two favorite cousins, UPS and UP Razors. Good friend of mine. He's very effeminate. Everybody thinks he's gay, but no, I know this guy. Trust me. For him, girls are the right sex, just the wrong species. I'm from Scranton, so that thing kind of happens. Like my brother and I, when we talk to people we know, we tend to quote movies. Like when he looks at his girlfriend, he goes, "You complete me." And then when I look at my boss, I go, "Your mother sucks cocks in hell." I'm crazy about that guy. I guess this girl that doesn't live too far from me, and sad story, she was just in a bad car accident and almost killed her. Turned out she was texting while she was driving. How'd they find that out? The authorities looked at the phone and it said, "Can't talk now. I'm driving on my way home. I'll get back to you as soon as I can." Case closed. Yeah, I'm trying a lot of virgin shit tonight, so. A lot of times when I'm up here, I talk about my life, which is like kind of simple. Some might call it like empty. Anyway, yeah. Okay, some might call it empty. I've officially become the last one of my friends to lead a life like that. Every one of them now, they all have stuff to do every day. They all have this like separate aspect of their life that they value above their own. It's like things that like they want to, be with every day, because if they're not, they get miserable and they get sad. Teach their own. But I bet they better not put any pressure on me, because I want to do my life my own way. If they put pressure on me and say, "Fuck you, I'm just not ready to be a heroin addict." You kind of had to pay attention from beginning to end on that one, okay? My fucking sister wants to get a nose job. So the doctor gave her this like photo album with pictures of noses for her to choose from. She asked me for my opinion. I go, "You fucking hypocrite. My whole life you said, you ripped on me and said, 'You're disgusting with those boogers. Stop flicking them.' And now you're asking me to help you pick your nose? Go to hell." I have a big goal in my life. That's to join the Mile High Club. I want to do it in a plane up in the sky, but I'm not bold enough to like do it. I'm building up to it. So this week I'm going to jerk off during a hot air balloon ride. Now I see we got a relatively young crowd here, and I appreciate you like guys being hip, but I hope none of you guys are into this like man crush, bromance. You heard of this thing? Yeah. Oh yeah. Turns out I know a couple guys that were into it. I saw like two guys were friends, and they were just hanging out. Then they were just kind of like, one was sitting on the other's lap, and they had their arms around each other, and they were just like kissing on each other and shit. Yeah, and I said, "Hey, I didn't know you were like that. I mean, you could have told me. What? I'm not a dick about it." I go, "I didn't know you were like guys. I don't like guys. We just have a man crush going on." He goes, "Yeah, we're good friends. Here, let me show." Whoa. All right. God damn this thing. I feel like I should just talk like this. Fuck. God, you let a Puerto Rican be in charge one night, look what happens. Not to mention the fucker who's running the music. Anyway, he goes, "All right, let me show you." I said, hey, no, I'm not into it. He goes, "See, what you don't understand is we're guys that have a connection, but we're heterosexuals. We're secure in our heterosexuality, so we can do it. If you're not secure doing it, you need to double check your heterosexuality." I said, "I'll make a deal with you, buddy. When the day comes I gotta butt slam my dog to prove I'm not into bestiality, I'm yours." Ladies, you gotta stop giving us a hard time about like the movies and stuff we like. You're always breaking our balls because we like Star Wars and Batman and shit like that. All the throwing realistic is fictitious. You need to mature and get into shit that's in the real world. And 9 times out of 10, your favorite movie ends up being Pretty Woman, I know. About this rich guy who meets a hooker, gets her for one night, goes back and gets her another night. Turns out he likes her, he falls in love with her, so he decides to take her from that horrible life and make all her dreams come true. And you're telling me Star Wars is full of shit? I don't mean to break your bubbles, lady, but in your whole life, you have a 100 times better chance of meeting the Joker than you do that Richard Gere character in your whole life. Trust me. So I work at night. I usually get home around like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I like to watch a little TV. But the only thing on TV are like infomercials for women and then reruns of old sitcoms with commercials about life insurance. So I guess if I was like an uninsured old man who enjoys watching The Nanny and wants to make his breasts look perkier, I'd be happy as hell. But I took some wisdom from it, and just let me pass this on to you guys. If you're out with somebody and you like them, you should be comfortable and relaxed. The last thing you should be thinking about is your psoriasis. So is the economy got you guys down at all? Yeah, it bugs me too. I'll admit, like a few times, I thought about wrapping my lips around the barrel of a gun. It wouldn't be loaded. What do you think, I'm a fucking idiot? I can get hurt. You know, some people get anxious, they bite their nails, they play with their hair. I'm not on firearms, I'm just like everybody else. I have one impression I want to do for everybody. This is, you guys all know Lady Gaga, right? Yeah, of course, everybody knows her. Well, you know that renowned physicist, Stephen Hawking? All right, well, this is Stephen Hawking singing Lady Gaga. I want your love, I want your romance, you and I could make a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance. All right, well, this is the last thing I'm going to do tonight, so. I don't normally do this. I was working on like 1 or 2 jokes and it kind of morphed into this, but I kind of did this. It's like a Letterman thing. It's like a top 10 thing. So I came up with like my own top 10 list, so just roll with me on this. These are the top 10 reasons you know the economy is in trouble. Number 10, you're filling up your 1991 Ford Taurus and you realize once it's filled that the gas in the tank's more valuable than the car. In order to get a loan from a bank, you have to prove to the bank manager that beyond a reasonable doubt you actually don't need that loan. The value of the dollar you just rolled up is less than the value of the baking soda you just bought from your Coke dealer who's trying to, fuck you over. And Lady Gaga, once again, she's cutting back. She's buying more inexpensive hats, which makes them smaller. They've even gotten smaller than Justin Bieber's hair. And you know what? It actually makes them smaller than both of Katy Perry's big bug eyes. But then again, a Chevy pickup's smaller than those two fucking things. But, yeah, but you know what? Since it's still visible, it still makes them monumentally bigger than Natalie Portman's tits. Oh, I like Natalie Portman too. I mean, she's Luke Skywalker's mom, I like her, but I'm fucking sick of her. Come on. Everywhere I turn, Natalie Portman, Natalie Portman. Fucking get some implants, all right. She could get pregnant with 10 babies. She's not going to do shit for that chest of hers. She looks like an anvil fell on her torso. If you're going to follow little Princess Leia, you better get some shit. You better get some shape, bitch. I guess Leia got her breasts from the Anakin side of the family. Okay, enough of that. Number 6. In order to have to pay less people, Jennifer Lopez has fired her assistants and requests to have midgets in their place. Because for some reason she thinks they're given away for free in some place. That's her choice, not mine. She's just... Number 5. J-Lo also has to make a decision on whether she's going to have the fat from her ass shot into her lips or the fat from her lips shot into her ass. Number 4. Randy Jackson has decided to not spend the money that he's been saving up for years to buy an actual personality. Number 3. Steven Tyler is the singer of Aerosmith. Number 2, since losing your house 401k has gone from your retirement plan to the number on your studio apartment. And the number 1 reason you know the economy's in trouble? Your wife cheated on you and you think by her stealing your dignity, you can write it off on your taxes as a loss due to theft. All right, that's enough for me. Have a good night, guys. And Steve, wherever you are.